I guess it should be pretty obvious at this point, but if you find yourself in the middle of a horror film and you run into a creepy gas station owner that warns you about an unspecific group of scary people that may or may not be watching you at this precise moment, then you should probably just turn around and go back home. Nothing good is bound to happen after that, as proven once again in Those Who Call, a new film coming out of Uncork'd Entertainment on January 10th. Let's get cracking. Those Who Call follows a couple of sisters on a sort of road trip that ends up stranded and lost in the middle of said woods, where they discover the horrifying truth that a mysterious cult lives among the forest and is hunting them down, and because they're lost, they have absolutely nowhere to turn. You know, I sometimes pride myself on finding the little things in film that warrant credit, especially lower budget films, because I can at the very least understand where the foundation of the premise comes from. Even the worst movies out there oftentimes have a smidgen of originality, but they lack the funding to properly tell the story. But honestly, Those Who Call, I don't even know why this film was made. It clearly borrows from a lot of horror stereotypes and tropes that will remind you of Wrong Turn, The Hills Have Eyes, The Blair Witch Project, Cabin in the Woods, among others, but primarily Wrong Turn. And if I was even more specific than that, I would actually say the rebooted version of Wrong Turn that we got somewhat recently, which specifically dealt with a cult in the woods hunting down people that got lost. Nothing about the film feels fresh, and because it's low budget, I am forced to say what I hate to say, and that this is the penny saver version of the aforementioned films. There is no reason to watch it. Past that, the two leads in the film, the sisters, they're just a chore to watch. Throughout the runtime of the film, whether they're running from the cult members or not, they're just bickering back and forth, non-stop. They never shut up. There's hardly ever a moment of quiet or calm between them. It's almost as if they're narrating themselves and never give the audience a chance to determine what it is they're even looking at or experiencing. I was annoyed, and I'm almost never annoyed while watching a movie, ever. In my opinion, being annoyed is particularly worse than being bored, because being bored, you can at least sleep through the stuff that you don't like. Being annoyed, you aren't allowed to sleep through anything. You're kind of forced to watch every last second, and it's just awful. I don't usually like to say this kind of stuff during my review, but I will at least tell you that there's kind of a twist ending in this movie. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it's not warranted in the least bit. The best kind of twist ending changes your experience with the film overall. I mean, you go back, you rewatch it, and honestly, you can never watch it the same way again. That's not how this movie works. This had a twist ending just to have a twist ending, and it literally makes no sense with the rest of the movie. So it was just one more reason for me not to care about the film, the characters, or anything else. The only good thing that you can technically say about this film is that maybe the cinematography utilized some decent camera work here and there throughout the use of some wide-angle drone shots. But even those got to be distractingly repetitive as well. So as much as I respect lower-budgeted independent films, and even though I know how hard it is to make a movie, I just don't understand why this was something that came up in the first place, why it was made, how it was pitched, and then greenlit. I'm lost. I'm gonna cut this short right now, and let's just take a look at what I scored the film, which was ultimately an F letter grade and final overall score of 31%, 31 out of 100 possible stars. I will say that the only reason the score wasn't lower overall was due to technicalities. Nothing about it was technically well done, other than maybe some certain cinematography moments, like I said. Everything else, though, was either cinematically monotonous, so neither good or bad, or just plain bad, which is why we land at that score of 31%. But what about you guys, though? Have you seen Those Who Call? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified when I come up with my next review. And until then, peace!